Dame Sarr is an Illinois target. Dame Sarr plays for Barcelona, another international stud. And he's been sort of trending on social media in the last 24 hours for a couple of reasons. Reason number one, he set a career high in Liga ACB for Barcelona with 21 points, 3 assists, 8 for 10 from the floor, 3 for 5 from three, 2 for 2 from the free throw line in 23 minutes. Dame Sarr is a 6'6" wing. I really like the tape of Mr. Sarr. I think he's a guy that can project as a great defender with some blossoming offensive skills for sure. And he's playing at a very high level in Barcelona right now, playing with legitimate professional basketball players. But from the sounds of it, Dame Sarr is going to end up playing college basketball as soon as next season. He's considering Illinois, Creighton, and Arizona. And this is the other reason Dame Sarr is trending on social media. An Illinois account, Ryan Foran at R4N23, tweeted some clips from Dame Sarr's performance and tweeted yesterday, quote, hearing 18-year-old 6'6" Italian star Dame Sarr will play for Illinois next season. If you go through the responses to that, a bunch of Illinois fans rightfully freaked out and were like, what are you hearing? Is this a report? What is this? And this account basically says, hey, this isn't finalized, but let's just say I have a good source. So I don't know what that is. None of our quote unquote sources have been able to confirm this, Cart, but it seems there's a bunch of legitimate trending buzz that Dame Sarr could end up at Illinois next season. Dame Sarr, who, by the way, I believe was teammates with Kasparis Yakashonis.
I think so. There was some crossover, I believe.
So there's some history there. We haven't talked much Dame Sarr before. Give me the player breakdown on Sarr first.
So I think the first word that comes to mind for him is intriguing. It's intriguing because, like, I think you see these flashes, and his game is inconsistent, I think, right now. Like, he'll have the 21 point showing that you just talked about, right? And then he'll have one where he's all over the place. Offensively, defensively, you're just like, okay, what's really there? But his highs are high. Now, I don't know if you want to hear that as an Illinois fan because, obviously your team has been a floor ceiling type team. Sarr is that type of player. His his ceiling to me is something that could be special. Like, I think the fully realized version of him is like certified NBA first round draft pick. I would even go to highs and say, like, I think if he reaches what I think he could be and with the tools he has, I think you're looking at a lottery pick because I don't think you see guys with the size and the ability that he has because I think right now he's kind of caught in is he a guard or is he a wing? And if he becomes like this 6'6" jumbo combo guard who like has the ability to be like a passer and like a do everything guard, I really like his game. The thing is, it's just he's so inconsistent to me. That's the only thing that like scares me. Is like you keep playing is he gonna play to his ceiling or is he gonna play to his floor game? And he never like really reaches his full potential. But um, I mean, can we play the game we like to play with international players? G, if he was in this year's high school recruiting class, where would he fall to you?
I think he'd be a fringe 5 star.
See, I think he'd be for sure 5 star.
You do? Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe I'm wrong on that. I don't know. I Part of what I'm factoring is I feel like the recruiting services here in America don't usually give automatic 5 star to the international guys anyway. Like even
Hmm.
after someone commits, they usually just throw them in the 20s because they don't know what to do with them. So yeah, my eyes would tell me like he'd be ranked in the 20s and he'd be a guy that I feel pretty confident would outplay that ranking.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say.
What do you think projecting, like let's say he goes to Illinois? What do you project is like his role, what Brad Underwood wants from him?
So
Because there's
the
been
the
some
thing,
varying things there. Will Riley came off the bench. Kasparis is the superstar. Or this is just kind of the number two. What do you think?
see the thing that's would be a little bit scary to me is, or not scary, but you bring in Sar, I think more ball handling duties, ball in his hands goes to Colin Boswell. Cause Sar's not a point to me. Like you can put the ball in his hands, of course, but like you really gave the ball to Kasparis and were like, go. I don't think can do that with Sarr.
Yeah. I feel like this from the tape I've seen. I actually haven't noticed like inconsistency stuff as much as you have, but I think hand up, it might just be that I haven't seen enough to know. I only usually only see like here's links to highlights from him when he goes crazy, and everything
Yeah.
I see I always like. So
His
I
film is nice. His film is nice.
yeah, he pops off the screen. Huge athlete, like just a guy I believe in. Here's my current SAR take. He'd be a stud at Illinois, would be a supremely fun player to watch. I think he is going to end up at Illinois, even if whether or not this whatever you want to call it, the tweet from Ryan comes to fruition or not. At some point, I just expect him to end up at Illinois. To me, best case scenario for next year's Illinois roster if Sarr's on the team, he's a really awesome number two. If you want Dame Sarr to be your primary option, I think there could be some questions I have. But also, if we're kind of trying to mix him in with other players on this team, let's say you get Tom Ivisic back. Let's say Dame Sarr comes in, and then let's say you get a Kasparis replacement. Like that would be the dream, right? Get another superstar guard to pair with Sarr, to pair with Ivisic in the front court, and all of a sudden we're talking about one of the very best teams in the country. Am I off base on the plan there?
No, so you want to put him more in like he's a Damask kind of guy, like to compare to that team.
I hate doing any comps to Damask because Damask was really unique in how he played. Like he was a guy
Uh,
you could almost use him as a number one, but because of who Terrence Shannon was, he got to become the number two. But like I don't expect Sarr to ever be the engine of a half court offense the way Damask was. I just view Sarr as like a great play finisher stud. I'll I'm gonna throw this comp out, and I don't mean to say they play all that similarly because I don't necessarily think they do. But situationally, I'll throw this comp out to another really high pedigree athlete, five-star type. Glenn Robinson the third. When he signed to Michigan, people thought he was the number one type, right? Because he was the highest recruit rank in the class, even ahead of like McGarry and Levert and Stauskas. And okay, well, he's gonna go play with Trey Burke. Turns out the first year, GR3 was like our third or fourth option. And he just quietly got his 12 points a night, and it was poppy and dunk everything. And then year two, he became like a second option guy, never a primary, but just a play finisher on two really, really good teams. If he was on a team at Michigan that needed him to be the number one, I think you would have seen some problems get exposed. And that would have hurt Michigan quite a bit. That's sort of how I view Sarr, where like if you put him on the right team, he's probably like a third or fourth option on a championship team. If you want to be good, he's your second option. If you want to have issues, he's your first option. That's sort of where I'd be.
I could kind of see that. The only thing, and refresh my memory here, Glenn Robinson, was he a guy that could shoot coming into Michigan?
He could.
Sarr cannot shoot. You're talking about a team that can't hit threes. Do not look at Sarr to be the guy to come in here and solve that issue.
I buy the jumper based on eye test though.
I
But
buy the jumper. Do you buy the 3-point shot?
I mean, do you have numbers on why the 3-point shot doesn't look good? I don't have numbers on his shooting.
So it's a little bit split up because obviously he's going between leagues, and he's fun fact here, he's the second youngest player to ever play for Barca's like main team. And for people who don't know, Barca's main like EuroLeague team is nasty, like really, really nasty. They got a lot of good guards, a lot of good players on the team. So he's playing for a lot of like Barca B, played at that and was it ANGT tournament as well. Um, he at that ANGT tournament shot 28% from three. Playing for Barcelona's under 18 team, he shot 29% from three. Now that's 21 attempts and 27 attempts respectively, but just hasn't been a guy that's shown that he can be respectable from that, from shooting from the outside.
Rank these freshman seasons. Kasparis, Will Riley, Tom Ivisic, Dame Sarr if he goes to Illinois.
If he goes to Illinois,
Yep. All three of the freshmen have been pretty damn good this year. So Like there's a world where you say Sarr is fourth, and I don't even think that's a bad thing. But
I think Sarr would be fourth. Because you want to know what the most intriguing part about Sarr is to me?
what's that?
I think you try to get him for multiple years.
Really?
Yeah, like some continuity, also like a guy that can be really good.
You think he's coming to Illinois from Barcelona to only
Probably
play?
not. Probably not. Now that you put it like that, but in an ideal world,
Yeah, maybe.
but like maybe playing for Illinois and like playing college basketball is more fun than playing for Barca's B team or Barca's under 18 team. I don't know how that goes
Maybe.
and getting paid.
I wouldn't if he commits, I wouldn't be talking up year two until we
Okay.
see him. But maybe. What's your confidence level he comes to Illinois?
Mm. God, I'll go 7 out of 10.
I'll go 10 out of 10. I think
10 out
this
of
is
10, he's
only a
there.
matter of time. Yeah.